won the game. But here's the deal. This game doesn't matter. These games leading into the play-in that the Warriors are locked in, it does not matter. What matters is what we saw tonight and what you were just talking about, Festus. Steph Curry looked like Steph Curry. The threes were there. The handle was there. Going to the rack was there. We got a shimmy. We got to back it up as the three is going up and in. We got the full Steph Curry experience, and your point is absolutely right on. We saw in the second half with the Rockets being the Rockets. I said this in the pregame show. With them not having a point guard, if you're within 10 points in the fourth quarter, their offense gets clunky. It did, but the Warriors were able to take advantage of it. And to see this Warrior team, and we thought, how long is it going to take for Steph to look like Steph and for the Warriors to look like the Warriors with Steph? We thought, what, maybe a couple, 3 games? It took a half.
Yeah, 3 quarters.
It took 3 quarters at the most for the Warriors to look like the Warriors with Steph Curry. So to me, it was an almost perfect night. The Warriors and Steph looked normal. In this game, it doesn't matter. What matters, how does Steph feel tomorrow going forward?
Yeah, that's going to be a big talking point. The Rockets finishing with 5 players in double figures. Meanwhile, the Warriors with 4. Let's take you back to the fourth quarter. Let's watch
let's watch it again.
This was insane. Steph Curry finishing with 29 points tonight, but this is what he does, fellas. This is it.
If this is a game, if you're talking about coming back in the game, Steph says he wanted to feel the adrenaline again. This is a game that you come back for. Steph was phenomenal down the stretch. It feels like when the moment gets bigger, when the lights get brightest, that's when Steph starts to show up. That's when the team started to show up. Kevin Durant himself making big shot after big shot tonight.
You know, and one thing I want to point out is the Steph pyrotechnics offensively were outstanding, but I noticed one play where he played very important defense on Reed Shepherd, moving his feet, getting in front of him. I just wanted to point that out because, again, you're getting the full Steph Curry experience, but this is the NBA at its absolute highest level. Alperen Sengun was absolutely special. He gave the Warriors more than they could handle inside. Give credit to Jabari Smith Jr., but that's a bad man.
Do you see this? No, do you
see
action after action after action? You guys think that when you're guarding Steph Curry, that you guard him on the first side. Yes, athleticism is going to guard you on the first side, but discipline says you have to guard him on the second, third actions, especially when he gets double teamed. Guys, you see his man guarding him all the way beyond the three-point line?
Everybody's moving. Look
but
at that.
It's something that this team has talked about when Steph Curry is on the court with them. They get their swagger. Yeah. That's what they talk about. And you saw them play with that late in this game.
Well, they knew all we got to do is just keep it close. All we have to, and to see Steph again look like Steph in the first half. Like I think he was 2 of 5 from behind the money line in the first half.
So
but you
right
could
here,
see
that
it was online. It was coming.
This play right here, like you're always going to send a double team at Steph. You saw that a lot in the second half. Teams are scared. They don't want Steph to come awake. Even in the first half, you were still double teaming Steph because you don't want him to come alive like that. You know that when Steph hits one shot, it's not just one shot. It's the whole building coming alive. It's his teammates getting more confident, and you saw that in the second half. It didn't matter. And what I loved is that everybody adjusted. They understood that, listen, if Steph gets double teamed, I cut here, I back cut here. Moving. Steph they had top, double, triple actions just to get the Rockets involved. And I just love the fact that this team, the Warriors, are confident. Brandon Podziemski hit some big shots. D'Anthony Melton hit some big shots. Draymond makes some big plays. These are what the Warriors are going to have to do moving forward. We only have 4 games left. Now you have to start building with this momentum.
Did you see that one play late in the fourth quarter where the Rockets had 2 guys face guarding Steph about 26 feet away from the basket?
Insane.
And nobody else getting that kind of attention. Nobody. And again, it took 3 quarters for the Warriors and Steph collectively to look like they have when they were really getting things going.
I mean, that didn't take very long to get back into basketball shape.
He missed 30 games.
Yeah. 27.
I'm rounding up.
Yeah,
come on, man.
You can round up for everybody. Steph Curry tonight coming off the bench, mind you, with 29 points, finishing this game, just closing things out like he normally does. And I'm not telling you guys anything you don't already know, but the reason the Rockets are scared and every other opposing team is terrified when Steph Curry's on the court, he can make a shot from anywhere. He's a threat from anywhere on the floor.
Biggest thing, LB, Steph Curry is one of the best players in the history of the game. He's one of the best scorers in the history of the game. Shooters, all the above. But this is what I love. You love to see him moving well. When he starts to hit those shots, you know that the whole building is going to erupt. But what I was watching to see how he was going to recover, how he was going to come out from timeouts. When he was sitting for a while, you saw he had the heat pad on his knee. How was he going to come back after those timeouts to continue to be explosive? And you saw him taking guys off the dribble. That was the biggest question. Is Steph going to be able to be explosive coming off of this knee injury? The answer, check.
Yeah.
Is Steph going to be able to continue to do what he does? Is he in shape enough to do what he does?
Check.
Check. Is he going to be able? Are his teammates going to be able to integrate him into the system? Not integrate him, but are they going to be able to adjust to having Steph back in the lineup?
Check.
Check. In the end of the game. So these are the things that you want to look for as you're trying to make a run and trying to make it from the play-in to the playoffs. It's really about how well you're playing, not who's playing or what's on the floor.
He missed 27 games, and it took less than a game for Steph and the Warriors to look normal. In your wildest dreams, you could not imagine that happening against a team like the Rockets, one of the hottest teams in the league. Now they've won 6 games in a row, a team that gives the Warriors fits because of their length, because of their youth, because of their athleticism, and the Warriors walked them down, being down 10, and made them sweat until that final shot clanked off the rim.
Right.
It's
The Warriors saw a familiar face tonight, and the opposing team with Kevin Durant on the floor. He led all scorers tonight with 31 points in the third quarter. He had 16. And Kevin Durant did it all tonight for the Rockets.
Yeah, the biggest thing that the Rockets are missing right now is a point guard playmaker. And KD was that. He was a playmaker scorer, but he was a playmaker for his teammates. You see him right here over 2 guys. 7-footers are not supposed to be able to do this. Now you see Kevin Durant doing this. You see the Joker doing this. You see Wemby doing this. And it's just a special thing to see, man. This is a guy, your point guard. In the third quarter, KD had, what did he have? I think he had
16
points.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, he was scoring, he was creating, he was facilitating. This is what the Rockets are going to have to do for them to make the run at the end of the year. They're going to have to find a way to get him to be the playmaker between KD, Alperen Şengün, and Amen Thompson. I think it was about 24 assists between all those 3 guys. That's what they're going to need to move forward.
You can't leave Smith out of that conversation.
No, hey, listen, I did not see that coming tonight. Jabari Smith gave the Warriors fits from the outside. Alperen Şengün gave the Warriors fits on the inside. I will say this about the Rockets, and clearly they're a good team, and I think they're going to be a problem for somebody. But they are now, with tonight's win, they are 21-22 in clutch games. If you get them in the fourth quarter, it gets tight. Their lack of a point guard is going to be a problem for them. And when are you going to play a lot of close games? You're going to play a lot of close games in the playoffs. So we'll see how that goes for the Rockets. And again, celebrate Kevin Durant for what he did. But Kevin Durant was 5 of 9 in the first half for 12 points, mainly with Draymond Green having to guard him. Kristaps Porzingis did not have a good game tonight. And I think because of him having to deal with Şengün early in the game, took Porzingis out. But remember, Porzingis picked up those quick fouls in the third quarter. So Draymond did not have to guard Kevin Durant. He had to move over. And now you saw a bunch of guys we just saw in that highlight package having to guard Kevin Durant in that third quarter. He started to go off. And because of those Porzingis fouls, Rockets got into the bonus. Kevin Durant was 6 of 7 from the free throw line in that third quarter. Now, that's what great players are supposed to do. All right, if we're in the bonus, I'm going to the basket, I'm getting fouled. And, of course, Kevin Durant can score from anywhere. The situation was tailor-made for Durant to go off in the way that he did, but it was partly because of the Warriors' play that made that happen.
Big plays by KD, big shots by him, but more importantly, big plays for his teammates. I thought his chemistry with Alperen Şengün is starting to grow.
Yes.
Jabari Smith, big shots from Jabari Smith. I mean, this is a team that they have tried to now evolved, having KD be the ball handler, making those plays because they don't have that point guard. But KD was really special. I thought he was the big reason why they were able to get that lead and why they were able to get the win at the end of the game.
I tell you what, if Jabari Smith is doing just a little bit in the playoffs, what we saw tonight from him, that's something that the Rockets did not expect, and that's going to take them farther.
Yeah, and he's been wanting to impart his veteran knowledge on this young Rockets team, and that's what you saw on display tonight. Alperen Şengün, quite a few times the Rockets had 5 players in double figures tonight. He was one of them. He finishes with 24 points. The Warriors actually did a pretty good job in points in the paint, 54-52, the advantage with the Rockets, but a lot of that was due to Şengün.
Yeah, 1 for 5 from the three-point line. If it's not falling, go inside, especially when you have footwork like this. Alperen Şengün was a man amongst boys in the paint. You had him going against Charles Bassey.
bully ball.
It was,
That's old school bully
layup
ball.
and layup and layup. Then he went against Kristaps Porzingis. It was layup and layup and layup. It really didn't matter who was on him. He was just he was a problem child the whole time.
Yeah, and that's the way you're supposed to play. We don't see that a lot nowadays in the NBA because of everybody like to take threes. But if you have the advantage on the inside and nobody's stopping you, do it until somebody stops you. And the Warriors were unable to do that with Şengün tonight down low.
Yeah, such a tough loss for the Warriors tonight. Just the 1 point, so close there at the end with Steph Curry taking that final shot. But the Rockets able to outlast the Warriors on this Easter Sunday. Coming up next, what does Steph Curry have to say following his first game back in 20